to episode 5, 2-man game.
5 alive, let's go.
Posted up. We got a special guest here.
A very special guest.
I don't know what he calls himself.
What do you go by these days, my guy?
A lot of names still.
Many aliases.
They call me El Kun, Alfredo, K.A. They call me AK. Just call me Ayo, keep it simple, fam.
See, this is Little Big Al. Last week we had Big Al. This is Little Big Al, aka Double A, Mr. Unfiltered, the whole shebang.
Mr. Centre Back.
Yeah, my centre back. Ball playing centre back. He brings the ball out the back. Shout out Agenda, brings the ball out the back.
I saw you man
left and right.
I saw you man in your new kits.
Hey,
New kit shining.
you're gonna see that soon.
League and Cup double this season.
Let the play match the kit though.
Hey,
I don't want you to be losing in that kit.
No
No cap. It's all about what's it called, consistency and commitment. In the winter months, you really need guys to be there. I'm talking to all you guys. You need to be there in the winter months. I'm being serious.
I remember coming to see you man in those cold winter months. Posted up, complaining, shouting, grinding. You know, that Sunday league football it ain't easy, man. I'm not trying to play that anymore, fam.
That's soft.
He's
soft.
It's soft. I saw how many of you guys got injured at one point?
True.
Injury prevention is key, man. It's key.
I hope you guys are doing your stretches.
It's true. I was screaming, warm up, warm down. Guys sometimes don't want to listen to it, but you know, it's cool.
Okay, let's change gears. Let's talk about basketball, you know.
Basketball.
So last week, eventful week.
Very.
You know, posted up ready to watch some basketball on was it a Wednesday? Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Wednesday night, posted up, and then I just see Bucks boycott. I saw the Magic on the court. I said, what's going on here? I'm ready to watch basketball. And then we're hearing that all the games are postponed. So, what was your takeaways from this like eventful week that occurred?
It's after me, man.
I say firstly, I was happy. I was happy that these players did something because if you're gonna promote Black Lives Matter, if you're gonna put it on the court, if you're gonna put it on the shirts, if you're gonna kneel, if you're gonna raise your fist and all this stuff, then when there's a high-profile shooting of a black guy by police, then you have to do something different. You can't just play on like nothing happened, especially when it's in such close proximity to the Bucks. It's only like 40 miles away from Milwaukee, so I expected them to do something. I feel like it was good. The fact that they boycotted first. Thank God that their game was first actually, because it would have been embarrassing if someone else had played first and then the Bucks played after and then they boycotted. Then the previous game, they would have been a bit like, why did we boycott you?
Like a crazy
so it's good that the Bucks got to play first and got to set the tone. Shout out George Hill, all the guys on that team that led that. I'm happy that everyone just did that, just to shake the room. At least for 2 days, no basketball for everyone until we sort this issue out. So
take it away.
I like it, you know. I like the boycott. If it happens again, I say end the whole bubble.
So the bubble's over. Don't you think it was a bit disorganised though? Because I was hearing that they had something planned, like CP3 and LeBron had something planned with a statement and all of that, and they were a bit like blindsided by the Bucks just saying that they're not playing that day. So it was a bit disorganised in that kind of sense.
Yeah, I agree. It probably was, but I kind of like it. I like that as well. The fact that it was just unplanned. The fact that it was just like, let's just do this. Not too much planning into it. Let's just you know, shake the room, because everyone that day, everyone was expecting basketball that evening, that night.
I was upset, man.
And there was nothing. So I like the fact that they did it so spontaneously. The fact that it made all of the, you know, sports channels and all of the sort of, you know, first takes and undisputed, made them all talk about it, you know, for the whole show. So it brought light to that. Hopefully, you know, things can just change, but it's a long struggle, you know.
It's gonna take some time, you know. It's funny because there's so many stories coming out of it that I've been hearing in it. To be fair, LeBron hasn't come out of this situation that great.
Yeah.
He hasn't come out of this situation that great.
Not about the so-called king.
Yeah, LeBron didn't come out of it. Pat Bev didn't come out of it. Pat Bev didn't come out of it too great, and there wasn't much unison between most of the team. So, Melo, what was your takeaway from this one?
Like you touched on, it seemed disorganised, very unplanned. But there's two sides to it. You know, when stuff is unplanned, it can lead to distortion, and you know you won't be able to carry out the task effectively. But on the other hand, in that midst of, you know, confusion, you can really create profound change in certain situations. And I really do hope this, you know, to sow the seeds for profound change in the future. And if you want to make change of this level, you need to do things of this nature. You need to hurt people's pockets. You need to hurt them economically. You need to hurt TV rights. Take them away. And the owners and all the people who invest into the league, they're going to feel this, and they're going to actually wake up and, you know, be more likely to make the changes that are needed. If you don't hurt people's pockets, they'll be like, whatever.
But I think with the pockets thing, I think there's going to be a backlash by the owners. You know, at the moment the owners are really supportive. They're like, okay, yeah, do what you want. We're going to put Black Lives Matter on the court. We're going to do all of this.
I said that at the start.
We're gonna.
I said that was crap.
I know, but they're gonna push the players' agenda.
All the games and tea-back and t-shirts, all that rubbish was crap. It's not doing nothing.
So you don't think there's any effect, but to the players, that's some partnership. But what's happening is that the owner's bottom line is being affected.
Yeah.
And the players are still getting those extraordinary high contracts. So eventually, there's a CBA coming up.
Yep, that's true.
There might be a lockout. Yep. The owners are gonna get their money back, regardless of all of this stuff.
If you want to make profound change, you have to sacrifice at the highest level. Take you back to Muhammad Ali in the 60s. He sacrificed his career at the highest level for things he believed in, and that's what you have to do. And if Ali didn't, miss those 3 years of his career, I think he would undoubtedly, his case for the greatest would have been a lot stronger, because that was the prime of his career. Was taken away from him, the prime, and you have to sacrifice at that level, and people don't understand that. And hopefully the players are willing to do that. I feel sorry for the young boys because they haven't got their money yet, but. If you want to make profound changes, what you have to do. I'll take you back to what Kyrie said. Even though Kyrie said it was a bit disorganised and a bit unplanned, but eventually that's what it's gonna have to be like sometimes. You're gonna have to create your own league. Guys, if you want to make real change, break contracts and create your own league. People mocked LeVar Ball for doing that thing with the JBA. It was unorganised, but he was onto something. That's why that's part of the reason I rate LeVar Ball so highly. If you want to make real change, you have to do things of that nature.
Do you not think that there will always be this issue? Do you know there's always an issue with an employee relationship? Like, the employee always wants to make change with them, regardless of what colour he is. The employee is always looking to outrage, want change. They think they can do something different. So the issue isn't. I don't think it's issues with the league. More say it's about the people in power. Obviously you've only got 2 minority owners. Yeah. So do you think if there's more minority owners that it will make a change? No one's saying that Charlotte is amazingly well run because Michael Jordan's there. There's no difference, is it? He's an owner, isn't he? He's in there. He's in the big boys club. So what is the change?
Not necessarily the owners at the positions of power, executive level, board level, but the owners, I don't know what they do really behind closed doors, but they have contacts, they have links, they can make stuff happen. We need to push them to do things of that nature if we want to see more profound change, because they're the people that can speak to attorney generals and all the people in high offices. Like, I'm surprised all these guys can call the current president quickly like that. They can get things done. And
Trump. Quick dial up. It's been an interesting week. So what did you take? Did you think the players should have played, continued in the bubble, or did you support the decision to continue in the bubble, or did you think it should have ended?
I mean, from a selfish aspect, I would want them to play because it's been a high level entertainment. But if they boycott, I would have been fine with that.
The one was on boycotting. It said nope. I was boycotting the thing. It was interesting just that the fact that everyone's still playing. Because the Lakers and Clippers, the 2 biggest teams, said they don't want to play anymore. So for that to
go, killed Reigns.
Absolutely killed it. I'm surprised, but it is what it is. I'm just happy that there's change. Continue to change.
Well, the seeds for change are starting to be sown.
And now the NBA is continuing. So look, let's talk takeaways. So what's your takeaways from the last week of basketball? Start with Jai. Big A.
The last week. So what's happened? A lot of series have finished.
Yeah.
Obviously Lakers dismissed Blazers. That was what's going to happen. No surprises there. There's not much to talk about. Blazers are not stopping. No LeBron, no AD. Melo tried. Shout out to Melo. Good game performance. Hopefully got himself another contract in the league at least. But end of the day, this is Lakers and it's LeBron, AD. What we talking about? Clippers and Mavericks. Yeah. I feel sorry for Dallas. Without Porzingis, I think Doncic tried, but they were roughing him up so much. There's only so much that guy can do at age 21. I think he put up a big fight. I think he's probably the second best player to come out of that series behind Kawhi. I think
it's quite clear.
Much better than Paul George.
Pandemic P.
If Luka had his running mate KP, man, that could have gone either way.
So if you were to rank like the top 5 players in that series, where would you put KP?
KP probably be third.
Probably
from what
third.
I saw, yeah.
What about Lou Will? He balled out.
Lou Will did well. I probably put Lou Will ahead of Paul George as well. I think Paul George only had one good game in that series. Maybe 1 or 2 good games. I think. I said it before. I think this Kawhi Paul George thing is just Kawhi. So when you talk about partnerships, they compare that. You can't compare Paul George and Kawhi to AD and LeBron. AD and LeBron, there's some sort of interlink when they play. Kawhi and Paul George, I don't see any interlink. I just see Kawhi time. Paul George tries to have his time, and it just falls through. Kawhi has his time, mid-range, he gets it going. It's Kawhi's Kawhi. But I give it maybe 1 year, 1 more year.
And he's traded off.
Paul George needs to find a new home because he's not what Kawhi probably wanted him to be, I'd say. He wanted him to take the burden off Kawhi, and he's actually added to the burden.
It's funny because the Clippers' offense is sometimes it just comes to a halt and it's just Kawhi.
Yeah.
And no one else. It's Kawhi.
Kawhi has his time. Lou Williams has his time. Paul George, for me, he's just not what they expected him to be coming off that season last year with OKC. So he's still got more rounds. He's still got the semis, and they've still got the conference finals.
What do you think about that Murray Mitchell? Because obviously that might be the next round.
That's a good match right there. Murray versus Mitchell.
Could be a rivalry for them.
Very impressive. Both guys. Every time I watched those games, both guys banging 40 points, 50 points. I like it. It's back and forth. Like Murray will come hit a free, Mitchell come hit a free. It's just that Murray has Jokic as well. It's kind of a help. Jokic can get going from free as well, and Gobert can't guard that. Whereas on the Utah side, it's just Donovan Mitchell. I know sometimes Clarkson comes in, but he's off the bench. He's not good. He gives good minutes off the bench, but you need another offense from another starter. Gobert's not really that guy, and you got Ingles or O'Neal. These are just ancillary players.
You know what they mean? They miss Bogdanovic.
They do because but they haven't got enough depth. They've only got like 7 guys they go to.
Yeah, that Bogdanovic could make a big difference.
The thing is, when Gary Harris came back in the series, I knew that Denver had a big chance. I don't see Utah and Denver having a chance against the Clippers.
No.
In the same way, the Lakers. The Rockets OKC. Let's actually talk about this. Let's talk about Westbrook and Chris Paul.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. This is how we're talking about. Yeah. So who's better? Who's better?
Well, right now.
No. Who's had a better career? Let's say who's better.
Chris Paul.
I mean, obviously Westbrook has the finals and he has the MVP. But if you look at them properly and analyze it properly, the finals obviously will pay him KD. If Chris Paul played with a guy like KD, he's getting to the finals as well.
The thing is, we say these things.
Pause.
We say these
things. Let me land. He's getting to the finals as well. If CP3, I don't think CP3 could average triple double that whatsoever. But as you know, Russell Westbrook triple doubles are empty calories, empty stats. He's the king stat pad I've ever seen in the career of in the history of basketball.
You couldn't get a rebound. It's not bad for to get rebounds and assists.
Because
they leave the rebound for him to get.
They leave the rebound for him. He's stat pad.
Yeah, gets it. He initiate that quick offense. And when Westbrook does it, it's a transition straight.
And he gets cheap assists as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
but on a positive, Russell Westbrook, a dynamo, he's literally the action on the NBA. The most athletic guy, pound for pound, probably in the history of the NBA. He can do it all. And when he's on his game, he's unstoppable. But in the clutch, I will say late game execution, as you saw yesterday with Russell Westbrook. I think, because all the top basketball, they say that the game slows down, this, that, when they get better.
Westbrook's playing so fast.
Is that the game speeds up? It doesn't slow down for the clutch moments.
Westbrook's playing at 2.5 speed, so when he's slowing it down, it's still faster.
It doesn't slow down. You can't make those clear decisions with clarity that in a clutch moment.
But can we say, one thing I will give Westbrook over Chris Paul is that his performance in the playoffs doesn't drop dramatically like Chris Paul. Chris Paul has been bad. It's been bad in spots in the series. In some games, Chris Paul's just been missing. Like it doesn't make sense for someone that's so good in the clutch. Like in the playoffs, he has awful clutch moments. Like awful moments when you need him. Yeah. That doesn't make sense. You can't underperform and still be saying, "Oh, you're a star like this." He's been part of too many disasters.
What are the disasters? Name them.
With the Clippers lost to the Rockets. That loss.
That was a bad loss.
That's a very bad loss. Yeah, and he's lost a lot in the first round. Yeah. I can't give him the last year against the Golden State, no KD. They let Steph go off. He's there. Him and Harden, this is their chance. Yeah, they let Steph go off.
That's on both of them.
That's on both of them. Yeah, but TPP is part of that disaster. He's a part of a lot of disasters when it comes to clutch moments.
So
the only bright spot we can say is that that series against San Antonio. You said the series against San Antonio
when they were champions. Sent them home in Game 7.
Sent them home in
Tim Duncan was there. Kawhi was there. They were all there. CP sent them home.
CP3, he's played really well in some spots as well, and gets injured too much in clutch moments, which is ability in itself, and availability is the best ability. However, Westbrook has some awful moments.
Shocking moments.
Last 2 years, is it first round? Is it 2 or 3 years?
They lost
3 years.
Yeah,
since KD's left, that man hasn't even seen semi-finals.
Years.
The Rockets one, he had no coach. Utah, PG came and laid an egg. He got 5 points in an elimination game.
I'll put this stat up on the gram. Colin Cowell used to talk about it. There's a lot of players, once they leave Westbrook, they get better. Like the stats get better, the points go up, everything goes up, the efficiency goes up.
Tell me the people.
There was Oladipo, there was KD, and there was PG.
Oladipo got better because he learned. He learned from Westbrook.
I think
Westbrook was nurtured. He said, "This is
a free man." That's why he got better. He was a free man able to express himself on a team.
I think it was even Reggie Jackson
plays team ball.
Reggie Jackson, no, that's not.
But no players, they played better when Westbrook's not there.
Because he's a point guard. Westbrook is the point guard.
Yeah, but he's also a second one, like.
No.
As a point guard.
These guys are also point guards as well. No.
What's Oladipo
became the main ball handler when he's in Indiana. He's never going to be the main ball handler around Westbrook, is he? Am I lying?
So why can't Westbrook adapt and become useful off the ball?
Useful off the ball? Westbrook can't shoot.
He's been in the league 12 years. Why can't you shoot? He's 30 or 31.
Actually,
why can't you shoot?
Westbrook at a point could shoot. He could actually shoot at one point. I don't know what happened. Something happened that I don't know. Like maybe
when they changed the free throw routine, apparently because he used to do his routine go back to half court, and then these free throws. That's when his free throws was consistently 8%. When they changed that, his free throws just went downhill, and that's probably affected the rest of his shooting because those timelines are very close.
But I think the CP3 he can shoot, he can do this, he can lay the table. But in a playoff, what does he do?
He's 6'4". At the end of the day,
that's the thing. He's hindered by he hasn't got.
So what can we say that
athleticism?
What can we say Westbrook's hindered? He's 6'2".
No, he's 6'3". He's athletic freak. He's like I said, the pound for pound best athletic player.
Chris Paul even to be here like that is still an accomplishment in itself. So
CP3 is like a bit like Isaiah Thomas of old. You know, he needs quality ballers around him. Guys like Joe Dumas, Rick Mahorn, Lambert. Dennis Rodman, he's those type of players. He's never been in a situation like that.
Well,
that's what he needs to be.
Well,
give him a KD type guy. You give him Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan.
Don't give him Blake Griffin. Give him KD.
That Clippers team was good. They had Barnes, Redick. That team should have reached the conference.
That team was good. They used to beat Golden State before.
They beat Golden State. They should have reached the conference final, and that's a stain on his career for me. That team didn't reach a conference final.
That's true.
It's true. We digress. What about the other series?
Let's talk about the East. You know, Bucks. Heat is looking serious. 76ers Raptors there.
Bucks Heat, great series.
Two very interesting series, to be honest.
So Celtics to that dub, Jason Tatum.
I think that was, game one's a feel-out game, so I can't really.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't really say Celtics have the advantage, but I know that the Celtics match up well. Like Van Vliet and Lowry, they're small. Lowry didn't really penetrate much. The Celtics can match up with them. It's not like a series where Embiid was killing Tice. The Raptors don't really have anyone like that. The Soul is done. It's done.
They're back just more threes. Really.
Yeah. They played Robert Williams and he's doing really well.
I
don't know why they didn't play against Embiid before as much.
I think Embiid was eating it.
Embiid would have eaten all of them.
No, but Embiid.
If you let Embiid get 30, it doesn't matter.
They double teamed him at the end. And
when you got
moments, he gave
it Tobias Harris, man. Done, man. The Celtics. If I was to pick now, so I'm seeing the matchup. The Celtics. I believe they'll beat the Raptors, but I have faith in Nick Nurse that he'll figure something out, just to change something up.
That series will go down to the coaching because they're both elite level coaches.
But the Celtics have better players. The matchup works better for the Celtics. You got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Kemba Walker. Like Walker, you know that Walker's normally a mismatch, but he's playing guys of his height,
and he's faster than them.
Yeah. So it's not like he's a disadvantage to him, man. You have to
those guys can
him.
defend though. Van Vliet and Lowry, they can defend. It's not like they're Steph Curry type guys that can actually defend.
Yeah.
I ain't discrediting Steph Curry. Steph Curry, he's a good defender,
Okay.
He can lead the league in steals, Steph Curry.
You can actually do Steph Curry, Damian, TJ, because they're not really defenders. Those guys can actually defend. They give effort on defense.
Yeah, when Steph has to, when you're such a great offensive player, that's what Kemba Walker needs to do. He just has to make sure that his offense outweighs his defense. Then he's not a liability. That's all he has to do.
Of course.
And then Lowry, what happened to the Raptors on game one? That's why I can't take much heat from that. They're missing so many threes. They went 10 for 40. What can you do, fam? What can you do? You're not going to win a game like that.
I like OG. The guy from England.
OG's good, yeah. OG's good.
He's good defender for Tatum and Brown, so is Siakam.
Siakam turned into Jeff Green.
Siakam fouling off in the first quarter.
Siakam, this is his time to rise because Kawhi's gone.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see Siakam off the dribble, please.
Mr. NBA Savage said, he's playing like his 2K version. Guys who try to use Siakam in 2K.
It's tough. I don't realize it.
It doesn't translate well at all.
I don't want to see Siakam, but yeah, I think they're about to have a chance. But Bucks. Heat.
7 games.
Bucks Heat.
That is
the two best words in the whole of sports. Like we're seeing today. This is Tuesday. Seeing today, what's it called? Tuesday 1st September. Who's played it?
Nuggets.
Game 7, the 2 best words in the whole of sports.
You love Game 7.
I do. I mean, if the fans were there, it'll be even better.
There's only been 1 Game 7 this playoff. Oh, 2. There's 2 now. Isn't it? I was very shocked because the East, I think the losing team in the East, they've only won like what? They only won like
1 game.
1 game. That's just awful. So
3 sweeps.
3 sweeps.
My friendly sweep.
So I do expect a lot from this Bucks Heat one. The Bucks let Jimmy Butler go off. I don't really rate Jimmy.
Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets, yeah. You have to,
That's the best performance of his life.
I don't rate
You don't
Jimmy.
rate him. You kind of did.
You have to rate him. If you're
Can't
gonna
shoot.
get that, you have to rate him.
He cannot shoot.
Well,
Yeah, but he
She'll
knows
find
that. He knows he can't shoot, and he wasn't setting
Why
up
are guys
setting
not
other
walling
guys.
him up? They should wall him up and tell him to get to the rim. Yeah, make him shoot those
Man,
frees.
you're shooting flipping fadeaways and
Yeah,
pull-ups.
he wasn't settling for frees. He made both of his frees.
Make him shoot frees. That's
No,
what
he's not settling, and he's gonna get by. He's gonna get by. You come across.
What?
They got shooters all over.
That's why the issue that they
And they used
had.
to come across.
What happened to Mr. Giannis yesterday though?
He was a bum. I can't vouch for Giannis.
That might be the worst I've ever seen.
I can't vouch for Giannis in key spots at the moment.
Well, no, but talk us through that technically, from a technical aspect, what actually happened.
What happened to him is that
Tactically.
the Heat, they walled up. So what the Heat are trying to do, both of their defensive philosophies is that they'll give up the free.
Yeah.
But they don't want you to get to the rim. Regardless of what's happening, you better shoot your frees.
Yeah.
We're not allowing you near that rim. You know, that's the easiest shot in the game. We're not gonna let you have it. And what was happening to Giannis? He does this thing where he gets into the lane and he just turns his back. It's very easy to still, like, he doesn't know where the defenders are. He was making a lot of offensive fouls, driving his shoulder into people. His game was very hectic. I think he's prepared. He knows he's gonna get walled up, but he thinks he can just run through it. You need to be more tactile.
So his footwork is usually pretty good in those situations, but if they wall up well, guys need to bench shots. Charles Kishman played pretty well, 28 points.
Well, the first half,
In the first half, second half, he faded
second
away.
half, he went back to his normal bubble self.
Yeah. So
Maybe that cost him.
what the Bucks need to do is use Giannis
No Bledsoe as well.
as a screener.
That's why they do that a lot, to be fair.
But let him roll to the basket.
Yeah, he's fading. So.
Yeah, he's fading away. Like he screens and he pops out.
I mean,
they can pull up
He
threes.
does roll to the basket a lot, but obviously you want to give teams different look, and his threes come up, like he shot 40% in that game, 2 for 5.
We're not having Giannis frees.
We're not having. We don't want Giannis.
Let him keep shooting frees.
I think shooting for threes in the playoffs.
Keep shooting.
Obviously, don't want to do it all the times, but you need
Keep
to,
shooting
because if you can shoot
frees.
threes, people have to honour you. It opens up so many different
Like
avenues.
what my main grab, just get to the free throw line and make a free throw.
He shot 33%. That's horrific. I need to, for Giannis to reach his full potential, I need him to shoot.
He shot 33%.
I need to do what he does right now.
It was 4
So, like,
I think.
I need to. I do what he does. So averaging 30 points, like 10 plus rebounds, and 5-6 assists, and still a block. I need him to shoot 30% from the free. I'll take that, and I need to shoot 70% from the free throw line. It gives me all of that. I maybe add a little go-to shot type in. Then Giannis is set, like set.
You're asking for a lot.
I'm asking for a lot. But the way he's improving, I won't put it past him.
Every time we say we ask him to improve.
You're asking
We asked him to improve his
Yeah,
shooting.
it's been a year.
Was he
since-
53?
It's been a year since.
What I will say,
it's
there was
not-
no Bledsoe yesterday. He's a so-so, but at least Bledsoe gives some fight because there's another defender.
It's true.
It's another defender that can throw at Jimmy Butler.
I need Bledsoe. I wish they need Brogdon. That's what they need. They need Malcolm Brogdon.
No, I think
They need
It's a
Malcolm
big
Brogdon.
loss.
it's a big loss, but
Massive loss.
they got guys that can kind of
Don't
mimic his play. DiVincenzo can do it.
He's young, he's come.
Connaughton as well. They
No,
can give you
can't.
points.
Malcolm Brogdon in the clutch, you can. Even though you played poorly in the series against the Heat, but in the clutch you can get to his spot
well,
and shoot
consistent.
and shoot well.
It's Middleton needs to play better. Definitely needs to play
He's a
better.
Paul Juice type guy.
Wesley Matthews needs to make more threes for me. What's the point of you being out there if you're not making
He's
threes?
playing defense. Great defense though. Playing great defense, but needs to contribute more on the
Contribute
offensive
some
side.
offense. And you just have to knock down your threes. Brook Lopez was good in the first half from what I saw.
Yeah.
He needs to punish them. He needs to punish them in the fact because they play a smaller defender than him. And yeah, that's it.
Well, but Bam, he plays big, boy.
Bam's got to. He's guarding Giannis, so there's someone else smaller that's guarding him.
Who was guarding Brook Lopez? Because he was quiet that game. I didn't even see much.
No, Brook Lopez in the first half
No,
he was very good.
He was good.
He made a nice free.
He made a nice free. He just looped that up. Yeah, looped
Who was
it up.
guarding? What was his matchup?
I did
It should be Bam.
It should be Bam, but Bam is
But Bam
like
sometimes takes Giannis
he
as
takes
well.
Giannis, and Crowder was guarding like both of them.
Yeah, Crowder sometimes they throw Iggy in.
I just know Jimmy. They got. I
They throw a lot of guys.
Told you 2 weeks ago, they got a lot of guys that can throw at Giannis, and we've seen in game 1.
I don't know why Bucks would deal with that.
I expect Bucks to still win. Maybe it takes 7, but I like to see game 2 because from what I saw in game, I don't like judging game 1s because
It's tough.
game 1 could be a throw-one game, you know. So it's just the first game. But from what I saw, great chance for Miami, Jimmy Butler, game of his life. I like Miami because they don't need Butler. Doesn't need to bang.
He averaged 19 in the
He just needs just stay aggressive. They've got enough guys. Duncan Robinson only made 1-3 yesterday. I don't expect that to keep happening. So I think Miami have a good chance. If Bucks are what people tell me they are, if they are number one team in the East, if they are really championship team, then they can't afford to come out in the second round. I think if they do, they should just end this whole thing. I don't want to hear about Bucks again if they come out.
They do. Giannis will go.
Giannis will go.
If he goes to Miami, woo.
There you go.
If he goes to Miami.
Yeah, but I thought Bucks. They had a team. They were the shooters. Were they not the shooters before? Before we came to the bubble. Were they not? High 3 points.
They can shoot. They weren't shooting that well from three though. Like Miami's the best 3 point shooter.
Miami's the best. Yeah.
The Bucks are also very good. Bucks can shoot, but it's all about the secondary star. It's just
the fact that in playoffs the game slows down and Giannis is getting found out. I don't feel like NBA players respect Giannis the way the common man does, the way people in media do. I don't feel like if you did a poll with the NBA players, I think he would make top 10. He would make top 10, but I don't think he's definitely not top 3, maybe not top 5. I don't feel like
from a player's perspective.
From player's perspective, yeah, I don't think that they reign that high.
Remember that he's European and they don't.
He's European as well, but the fact that he just doesn't. A lot of it's based on athleticism. His shot's not there.
Remember what Harden said about him. Harden said that there's no skill.
Yeah, some people really agree with that.
I can see why you could say that, but he's better than Harden. So
some people say Harden.
Let's change gears and let's talk.
See that for another day.
Let's talk about another supposedly free agent. Or you think he's going to be going for free?
He wants to be a free agent, and I respect him so highly for doing that. Finally, the situation is Messi, and that's not even his name. I'm talking about Messi, as in S-Y.
Shut up, man.
The situation is Messi.
Why are you always disrespecting him?
No, I'm not disrespecting. I'm saying it's Messi because actually the situation is Messi could end up in a courtroom at the way they're going.
Okay, and we brought on our guest for a reason. Yeah. Let's talk about it. You had some things to say before. Last year you were talking about it. Now he's imposed it. So what do you have to say now?
I'm happy that he's finally realised he needs to leave that situation. I feel like it's 1 year too late. First things first, I say Messi has wasted 1 year of his career. Mm-hmm. The fact that he didn't leave after that Liverpool demise, I don't know what he stayed for. After that, he should have gone. There's nothing more a man could do. And
why are you tapping your chest?
Can I tap my chest?
What? I just don't get it.
It was very clear that Barcelona were just not at the level required to compete.
He might come here.
To do what?
To dance with Neymar and Mbappe.
Nah, he won't go there.
He's going. We know he's going.
Under the lights of that Park of Brands.
He won't go there. But yeah,
Neymar wants him.
So I want him.
Messi wants him. Messi want you. You don't want you. Neymar wants him. Messi wants him.
Messi wants me still. But yeah. I just feel like with Messi, it's good that he's finally. It took an 8-2 loss for him to finally realise that Barcelona are not at that level to compete for Champions League. It's Messi, it literally is Messi with the contract because I know he has a free release clause that expires in May.
But
they say that because the season got pushed back by 3 months, that it's equivalent to August now. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to hold up. I have a bad feeling that Messi is going to have to sit out for 1 year. I don't play. I have a bad feeling.
See, Messi, 2 years. I'd rather Messi more this year. Even with that dead Barcelona.
I'd rather he sits out.
To sit out a whole year. That's bad. You can't sit out the year.
I'd rather he sit out the Barcelona.
Messi
should not
be with that Barcelona. The Messi should be on his case. He just sits out.
He can't sit out the year.
I'd rather he sat out. Like Gareth Bale sat out and
it'll be a weak move.
You know what? To be fair, if I'm Barcelona, you should take any money that's given to you about Messi. In fact, Barcelona is in such a bad financial position. Yeah. Messi leaving,
you should want it. But it's a big stain. It's a big stain to
take it away from you.
Yeah, it's a big stain to let Messi leave. You don't want that on your resume.
Ridiculous. I'll take you guys through the numbers of Messi's contract allegedly from football leaks.
Every penny he deserves.
Of course, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve that.
He deserves every single penny.
I'm not saying
we need to stop this English attitude that these players are overpaid. Yeah, he deserves every single penny.
Messi brings so much money revenue into Barcelona, he probably deserves more. But go for the bag that Messi's on. He's on $1 million a week basic salary.
Minimum.
It's my dream.
$1 million a week.
Minimum.
Basic salary. That's why you guys watching your project Mbappe's, your project Messi. They need to start. Should have already started. My other brother, he's doing work every day. 9 million image rights.
Yeah, that's Messi.
Underpaid.
So even this is worth 15 mil minimum.
13 million per year in bonuses.
Yeah. What's that bonuses? Goal scored,
appearances, winning trophies, winning leagues, Ballon d'Ors, blah blah blah. I could go on. And also loyalty fees and bonuses as well. 25 million.
Yeah, so that's a loyal guy.
That's 48. He's been like, I respect loyalty as well. That's 48 million just from that.
You expect loyalty, but you always say that Ronaldo moved from team to team, and he said he won everywhere. But Messi being loyal.
That's why I don't really get on Messi too much for not leaving Barca, because I do respect loyalty. But that's why I want him to do stuff for Argentina. But because he has done stuff for Argentina, I need to do stuff out. Because he has done stuff for Argentina, I can't. Because he has done stuff for Argentina, I can't outright say Messi could do it anyway. I can't. If he won for Argentina, I can say it. But because he has done stuff for Argentina, I can't say it. He can win anyway because he hasn't done it. But hey, we digress. Overall, his contract, £100 million per year. And I was saying, Man City was saying, or Scouse was saying, if Man City were to buy a 3-year contract, they'll need to obviously equate £100 million per year, that would be £300 million. Man City's total wage budget is £316 million. So Messi will be earning well over 95, 97, 98, 99% basically roughly of their total wage bill. Can Man City afford that? I don't know. City will offload players to get Messi. Of course.
I don't believe that Messi can stay on his sort of money in another club. I don't think that's going to happen.
He'll make the money up in other ways.
In other ways, like bonuses or that sort of way. But so I don't think, basic-wise, I don't think he'll be able to match that.
So what, if I was to do it as a club, I would store up his money in incentives rather than just a flat base salary, So that, obviously with the financial fair play and all of these things, there's a way to get around it. You know how there's a way to get...
But Messi does... So just Messi... Which is his incentives. So he'll get the money.
It's incentives.
Well, it's just different ways.
Like in basketball where they have like guarantees and then non-guarantees. Yeah. So some of the non-guarantees don't count to the cap. Yeah. So it won't count directly to the money they're expected to be paid out.
But when he does.
Yeah, but it would pay that at the end of the season. You can account for that. You don't want to pay that over the course of the year, do you?
Okay.
You're gonna pay it as a lump salary. You know what? Like, remember when Sanchez signed for Man United and his sign-on fee was something like crazy. Yeah. They didn't pay him all out.
Why? Because he staggered it.
So they might even stagger
it. Guys who full manager 48 months installments. That's how you get the players.
They might even stagger Messi's payment for 40 years. Maybe Messi will get paid for
like a Magic Johnson contract. 25 years.
You get the 3 years. You better give him the 3 years, but the money might be coming into his account for years and years. Yeah. Messi deserves that though. And the fact is,
I keep saying this. I don't say he doesn't.
Yeah. The fact is, with the Messi situation, is this. I do want him to try himself out in the English Premier League. For the Premier League, it will be a great addition.
Revenue.
For TV revenue, especially with the coronavirus. You even see La Liga's getting involved. La Liga's not getting involved when Matic is leaving for free. He's not getting involved when Vidal, Suarez might be leaving for free. But when it's Messi, they have to come and get their lawyers. That's how you know Messi is such a big draw to the La Liga. If Messi does come to the Premier League, it's a lot of revenue and he helps all the English clubs out.
Of course, the league helps. They have to get involved because Messi. That sets a horrific presence. Last 3-4 years, you lost Ronaldo, you lost Neymar. Now you're going to use Messi. So the 3 biggest footballers in the world you've lost.
That's not my fault.
That's how the league have brought their profile in the last 20 years. All the Galacticos with Zidane, Ronaldo. We buy their best players. They play in our division. That's not the case anymore. It's not anymore. Kaká was there before. He's gone.
Kaká was a bench man.
When they signed him,
Mourinho came and benched him off.
Kaká got injuries and obviously Mourinho came. That's not a good match. Big players that came. Obviously Suarez has come. Griezmann was in the league. Ronaldo. There's so many players. They're all leaving. They don't have that player pool anymore, and it's frightening.
I think they got Hazard to come on.
I mean, he's not. He has his good. He's great, but he's not as big as.
Remember, there's a lot of people's dreams to play in the white of Real Madrid, which I don't. I personally don't believe that the Real Madrid and Barcelona pool is that big anymore. I never understood the hype that people used to dream to play in the white of Real Madrid.
I understood the hype.
I don't understand in a global world now, you can blow your band anywhere.
Do you know how many
Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world?
They have.
You know what Real Madrid has?
And all the top ballers are from Latin America.
Shut up.
Do you know how many trophies they have?
Real Madrid has pool. I don't rate them as like one of the best teams in the world right now, but Real Madrid has pool.
But I don't want to see people going there to establish their name anymore. No. Hazard, bad move. Very bad move.
I thought the name was already established at Chelsea.
Yeah.
You went there, he already achieved.
Don't go there to establish it. You don't need to do that anymore. This global world, you can establish a name anywhere. KDB doesn't need to make that move.
Nah, it doesn't.
None of these men need to make those moves anymore.
It's true.
You can make your name somewhere else.
Also, the Spanish league is nosedive as well.
Yeah,
it's not Spanish. The Spanish national team is nosedive, so that affects the quality of play.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. I mean, I was listening to Graham Hunter on today. Fantastic voice in
Shout out Graham Hunter.
The reels. Him and Oscar Game Balaguer.
Revista de la Liga.
No, Balaguer's gone down though.
Graham Hunter.
I rate Balaguer.
Hunter's higher than
Revista de la Liga.
When Balaguer speaks, you listen.
Balaguer, you said some false claims though.
Yeah, sensationalism, we need to make money, it's cool. I mean, Barcelona, they're in an extremely weak position. They have poor credibility, they have poor finances. And if they want to keep Messi against his will, the optics will be terrible.
Yeah.
And I know they want to make money off the name of Messi, but they have to, to cut their losses on that one.
They make money by losing money anyway. They make money by saving money.
So, I don't know, man. It's really, 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 really crazy.
They need to let him go. Just restructure. Barcelona, in their current instance, they're not competing at any sort of competitive level in Europe. So they need to just let Messi go while they can. They didn't even win the league this season. They didn't even win Copa del Rey.
They won the league. They should have won the
league. They didn't even win the league. They threw it away.
Why didn't they win the league?
They didn't win the league. They just didn't, fam.
So disorganised. The defence is atrocious. PK running around with a piano on his back. These men are done. They're done.
Yeah, it's true. What's his name? Guy Cotterill on Sky Sports was mentioned that Alaba, Busquets, PK, Messi, they're called the sacred cows. I never knew that, apparently.
Get them out!
Let them all go.
Man.
He said it's funny because by the end of the season they could all be gone. Like the Barcelona's getting stripped down.
Let them all go.
Suarez might go Juventus. Vidal apparently back to Milan. We're changing the guard. I mean, Messi's been their most successful player and their best ever player by a distance. I mean, before Messi came, they had 1 UCL. Now they have, I think they have 5.
Yeah.
I want to say Barcelona was a small club because they weren't a small club. They were a very big club before Messi.
What the impact of a great? What's the impact of greatness?
Of course, Messi's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Culture changer, life changer.
That's what he do.
That's what he does.
That's
what sports
Now you every summer you shout at me about Barca. Every summer you shout at me, let's go Barca, let's go Barca. I want to go to there for the Clasico because you want to see greatness. I've never seen you say I want to go to Turin. I've never seen you say that.
I want to see Messi and Ronaldo and Neymar.
When do you say you want to go to Turin?
Turin? Who are they gonna play? I want to see El Clasico. El Clasico is the biggest game in football.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. It's a rubbish game now. I'm trying to watch that. That's not even behind my Celtic.
But Messi's on strike. He's getting billed 100k for missing training.
And Messi should not pay a dime.
We'll eat that.
Yeah, eat that.
And his dad is, his agent is representative, supposed to meet Barcelona tomorrow.
I need that. I mean, tell him that we're cutting.
You know what we discussed before? This could end up being one of the biggest transfer tap sagas in the history of sports.
Tell him.
I think when the dust is settled, it's going to be up there with what LeBron did going to Miami. I don't think we'll quite match that, but it'll be right. It'll be comparable.
I wanted to do this exercise. Season's about to start, so I wanted to talk about the top 6 clubs, and I wanted to go through their weaknesses and what transfers you think could help those teams. So we're trying to do this like a quick 10 minutes. So let's start off with the winners of the league, Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Do they even have? Would you say they have any weakness? And if they had a weakness, who would improve their weakness?
First of all, Thiago will definitely help them.
Yep.
Just give them midfield more creativity, especially when teams play that low block against them. They have to rely a lot on their fullbacks.
South Atletico.
Yeah, shout out Atletico. I called that by the way. I called Atletico be knocking them out.
The greatest, one of the greatest performances.
I called that by the
way. And
the
City, they gave the City coronavirus because of that. They gave them COVID.
They brought COVID too, and they knocked them out, so that's good. But I think a sentiment like Thiago's caliber will definitely help, and I still feel like they could still do better than Firmino. I know he suits their system in terms of they don't rely on him as a goal scorer. But for him to only score 1 home league goal all season against Chelsea, of course, that is just not good enough for a side that dominates most matches and has an amazing home record. I don't know how that sort of thing. You can only get by with that for so long. Your striker. I know he plays striker. He may be a false 9, but he still needs to provide goals. I don't know what happened to him. There was a couple of seasons when Salah first came. I think Firmino banged maybe 25.
About 25, yeah.
I think it should be going down since. So I'm not sure.
He's a top away scorer. He scores away.
Away you can have him, but it must be some demons in his head. But I still feel like they could do better than Firmino.
Like who?
Like who? That's the thing.
Werner, just mentioned before.
I
thought they were going to sign Werner, but came to Chelsea instead. Yeah. I mean, for Firmino, it works. With him, it can work, but at the end of the day, eventually it can become stale or can become so predictable.
To be fair, all the men are aging. They're like,
it's like their 4th year doing that Mane Salah.
They're like 27, at a good age.
They're at a good age, but
28, 29.
It's only got so long. Ambitions start coming into play, and they start realizing that they're about to.
Like one of them is gonna agitate for me. But I believe that Salah and Mane are not happy. As a duo, I don't know if as a duo, there's something about that. It doesn't. I don't think they sit well.
I agree.
It's only that the winning has masked their issue.
I agree.
Because you see some of the issues they have, like when they don't pass, you see the way they agitate. There's something there.
It's part of the reason I don't know why people compare him to the likes of Neymar, because they are poor decision makers. Salah and Mane.
I wouldn't say fully poor, but they're poorer than those.
At that level, the elite players, they are poor decision makers. Now, the amount of times people get into counter attacks, 3v3s, 4v3s, and they mess it up.
No,
they are poor.
They get so many chances.
And the finishing's a bit higgy hagger. That's why I saw like Firmino is very key because even though he's finishing this last season has not been great. He's a very good decision maker. He can make chances. His footwork is so nifty. And if you put a striker in there, the whole attack will have to be rebuilt. Because they'll probably have to get a serious attacking for that Thiago. Thiago himself won't be enough. Then we need someone else closer to the final third to sort that out.
How about City? Let's move on to City. You know,
they get that fullback and they needed another left side fullback because Gates was injured. Yeah.
They got one.
They got like a weak guy. Yeah. That Pepe used to twist and turn and do nothing with.
We did nothing. That's the end result. What's City? What's City?
Man City. Obviously, defensively, they signed Ake. I'm not sure that's gonna work. They've already got Laporte and they're both left-footed. So
I think they play three at the back.
They're at the back. I hope not.
Garcia.
I hope
they need to keep Garcia.
Garcia saying he's leaving. He's cutting out.
But to be honest, I think two left side CBs can work. People play two right side CBs, two left side CBs can work.
I don't think there's an issue. I don't see that. But when you pass out the back, you're gonna lean to one side. Yeah, but we always play. You both lead to the same side.
Teams always play two right side centre backs. Two left side centre backs can work. I don't see why people always exaggerate.
I don't recall seeing that, so I'll wait on that. But for Man City, it's not so much that they need to make signings. It's just the fact that they need that sort of consistency. I think they kind of gave up last season when they realised that Liverpool weren't dropping any points. That kind of got to them.
Around Christmas.
So they started losing a lot. They started getting a lot of cheap losses. Their attack is still the best in the league. They still score goals for fun. I think once they realise that they're still in a competitive title race, I feel like they will have a lot less losses than they had last season. So I think right now I'd tip Man City to win the title for next season. Right now, I just think defensively, if they get stronger. What they need like a solid left back. They keep switching, sometimes Zinchenko, sometimes Mendy. They just need to have that set left back, like how you have a set right back.
I thought they had Cancelo.
Cancelo sometimes plays left back as well. Pep, it just does a lot of tinkering. I think it's very unnecessary. They need that set back for.
He's the worst fantasy. Worst man for fantasy. Worst.
Yeah, it's worse. Well, you have to have KDB. You can't take KDB out of your team.
Best player in the league.
But flipping Man City wise, the left back, I mean Valencia, they're broke again. They sold players. They sold Ferran Torres to them. Apparently, everyone's for so apart from Jose Gaya. Man City, if I'm Man City, I start 40 million for Gaya. See what they say. Guy's a top left back.
I hope they play him. I hope they play him all the games. Stop switching Mendy's and Zinchenko.
There's good left backs available.
Get Tellez or Grimaldo.
If you want to push the boat, 60 million for Alaba. Let's go.
Alaba wants to. I heard Alaba's on the transfer. He wanted to leave. His contract's not sorted out.
He's been like Thiago because but obviously been a bit longer. He wants to get out back because Germany's boring at the end of the day. Even though they won the Champions League, he's one of the.
You're just facing Leipzig.
Alba's one of the guys to do two trebles.
When you've only got 4 games a season, of course you want to cut out. I want to cut out. I will cut out straight away from Alaba. What's the point?
They've accomplished
full games. You're only facing Dortmund, and Dortmund are bending over for you every single time. Leipzig as well. I don't know what you men are doing there.
Leipzig,
yeah. Oh,
someone says
RP.
Let me say shout.
Shout. Forget shout, man.
Schalke. Come on, man.
Get that man out. As another issue is who replaces D Silva. I think he might play Bernardo.
They've got Bernardo and they've got Foden. So Bernardo naturally will take the silver role and Foden will take the Bernardo role. Simple.
Bernardo's role was the bench.
Last season was a bit shaky. I don't know what happened there, but
he got racism scandal. You're calling guys Maltese ahead. You're gonna have a bad season.
The season before that, whatever.
There was some people had him as one of the top 5 players in the league.
He was that season. He was
a baller, and he helped Ronaldo to win the thingy. The Nation League balled in the final. He did.
Nation League, fam. I don't know what that is.
I mean, people on the screen, he helped him to another one.
Who's the next team?
Let's talk Chelsea. Chelsea been getting them signings in. Hella signings, dad.
Chelsea been active.
Hella signings.
We're not really messing around.
Roman.
Chelsea doing a good job. Signing some good guys. Werner, Ziyech. I like these guys. Thiago Silva.
Big signing.
It's good quality. I wanted Lampard to make sure that Chelsea are being linked with good quality players because if you've had a whole year to assess our team, you know where the holes are. So I like the fact that he's bought Chilwell. Chilwell is left back, and he's a solid left back. He's gonna play all our games. That's all I need. Just a solid left back that can contribute to the attack for Chelsea.
I don't know why people
I like Chilwell.
People don't like Chilwell. They think he's mid because English. That's the issue.
I like Chilwell.
He's gonna play every game. He's got good delivery.
Obviously improved, but at Chelsea you naturally will defend less than you would at Leicester.
Exactly.
I told guys, one day fullbacks at top clubs, you don't defend. You're an auxiliary winger.
Yeah, but your defenders are union.
The only time you defend really is when you're playing teams of your level, and that's if you're not on top. Most Trent defensively is not that great. Danny Alves defensively was never that great. Marcelo, I've said Marcelo before. He's not a great defender. Julian Alba as well. Alba's a good defender, but there's a lot of top fullbacks at top teams. They don't defend that much. They don't have to.
That's it. Bellerin has been awful for years, and he's been getting a living.
Good going forward.
Weak man.
Yeah, he's not good going forward either.
So Chelsea, there's no.
Chelsea, we're strong. We just need I can't back the team fully until we get a better goalkeeper. I can't put myself through that.
I heard that issue. I've been hearing the street saying the issue is not Kepa, man. It's Hilario.
Who's the issue?
It's Hilario as the goalkeeper.
Oh, the goalkeeper coach.
Hilario was a whack.
He was a whack keeper.
Shout out Hilario.
But then again, some guys are whack players.
1-0, so shout out Hilario.
He was the keeper.
Yeah,
he's
06.
Hilario.
But then again, some people are not strong good players and they end up good managers and coaches. Shout myself, you know.
Hilarious, a joke, man. Okay, next team.
They're in for Mendy, some keeper from I think Rennes as well.
Yeah,
and also Kai Havertz should be coming.
I can't speak on all these French league goalkeepers. I haven't watched them.
You need to get on Nana.
We need to put the Havertz money on Oblak. That's what I need to do. Put the Havertz money on Oblak. I will say it again.
saying?
Well, Man United. I don't want to talk much about the Man United Spurs and all. But let's go through them.
Man United obviously they basically bought Danny Van de Beek. You know, Sancho fell. Sancho is falling apart. They up on Oncano. They were rumoured, but apparently not going to go full swim, which I think because he's a top player. I'd love to see him in the league.
What do you have done? Do you know what? You can give Ollie all the tools. He's gonna mess it up.
They would have made Maguire.
You made them better though.
You would have made Maguire really good. Like he should.
He would have covered Maguire's ass.
Exactly. It would probably be quite a good partnership actually.
But yeah, it's actually United done. I mean, Danny Van de Beek or Donny Van de Beek, he's a great player.
But how does he fit in?
I'm wondering. I saw something where they'll try and do like a 4-4-2 diamond. So you have Matic, Pogba, Van der Beek, and then Bruno on top, and then you have Rashford and Martial.
What's the width?
That's what I'm saying. They need the width are going to come for the fullbacks, but
Wan-Bissaka.
and then Luke Shaw as well. You're going to get injured every 5 games. Man United, they have a good starting team, but until they get more depth, I'm not favourite of Man United.
They don't. Obviously, Sam Bruno don't need Van der Beek. Because unless they assuming Pogba's gonna leave next season.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Maybe they're playing like Man City. Do you know how Man City have like Silva and KDB? Maybe they're gonna play Van der Beek and Bruno there, and then Pogba would sit deep. But I don't know how they're gonna get the ball back.
How's that gonna work?
I don't know how they're gonna get the ball back.
Maybe they could play Bruno out left as an inverted, like a wide playmaker.
Bruno needs to be
Bruno better be central before he gets exposed.
Not Figo. You know when Figo's played wide, he's always in the middle.
Maybe
like Ribbies, they're always infield.
Yeah, well, Bruno needs to be central.
Bruno needs he needs the ability to go where he wants.
Maybe Van der Beek is better deeper. I don't know. Maybe they see something with him.
Van der Beek, he needs to get forward.
Apparently he can play 6, 8, 10. I see better as 8 and 10 because his late runs are key.
Exactly.
He's technically clean. Technically
very. Not really flashy, but it's efficient. Like his late runs in the box always has good contact on the ball. A bit like Lampard. You know Lampard. Gerald, those guys always have good contact on the ball when they strike or pass. I mean, he's a very good player, and hopefully he feels it.
And then Spurs and Arsenal. Spurs, they got their documentary out, so Mourinho acting off. But let's see what he can do this season.
Spurs, they signed Dorothy.
Not much, not gonna do much this season.
I don't know why they signed. I don't know why Dorothy went sideways move.
Spurs will do well to get top 6.
Sideways move.
Spurs.
Dorothy's a good sign. I think it's a good sign.
It's good sign for
much better than Aurier. I don't know why he set up for Spurs though. I don't know why he set up for Spurs.
Because Wolves are because Wolves in Europe condition, they couldn't afford to pay him as much as he wanted. But
it's because the agent, George Mendes, he's gonna get peace from the move.
But he's brought a lot of players to Wolves. I don't know, man.
To be fair, Doherty to me, I didn't see him in the back 4. He's been playing in the back 5 all his time at Wolves.
That's true.
So let's see him in the back 4. But I think he'll be more reliable. But at the end of the day, the coach is Mourinho. And Mourinho is not playing expansive football. He doesn't fit in Dembele into the team. I don't see how Tottenham will improve. They'll get the same customary injuries. Yep. I expect Ali to get injured, Kane to get injured. Yep. And then before you know it, you're going to be playing Lucas and then probably stumble across Son will give you something, but that'll be the same old season. It's the same old season every year.
I said it.
Nothing exciting.
Mourinho is a dinosaur.
Nothing exciting.
If you go to manage in Italy where his football is appreciated, where his mannerisms are appreciated.
AC Milan.
AC Milan, go rejuvenate AC Milan.
AC Milan.
I have AC Milan's top at home. If you go to AC Milan, I'll wear that top. You miss one.
I think that'd be a good job.
In the top, in the cupboards, dog.
AC Milan.
They're going nowhere.
AC Milan, they had a good end of the last season. Very strong.
AC Milan is a team in disarray. They got a new manager. They told them new manager to cut. Yeah. So this manager's doing well. Let's see what happens. Let's
touch on Arsenal quickly.
Yeah, Arsenal.
They seem to be doing decent work. Edu, signing up Brazilians.
The issue that Arsenal have is that centre mid. And they'll need Xhaka. He's not going to cut it for a season.
They don't want to play.
Well, they did.
No, not playing.
They did play.
Arsenal's collection of centre mids is the worst I've ever seen from Arsenal in my life.
Yes, that's it.
Ceballos
come back. And then Partey.
Please.
I'll see it. I believe it when I see it.
No.
I believe it when I see it. Don't tell me these rumours, because they're all rumours. What established source have you seen?
No, apparently Partey has been, because I feel like Madrid asked for too much and we have to sell players so we can get back. What apparently we're trying to make solid efforts in. But if we get Sebastian, I don't know how that will shake up.
What I say, get rid of Lacazette. Tell them to bring Partey. I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind.
I'll do that ASAP.
I rate Lacazette, but I'll do that.
I'll do that ASAP.
Obviously, we signed the two young boys in defence, Gabriel and Saliba.
Good luck to them young boys.
Finally, athletic centre backs. When you play a high line, if your centre back and defence are not athletic, you're asking for it. Because most forwards these days, wingers, they're quick. So when you put that high line, the ball goes one ball over the top, you're in trouble.
Don't expect anything from them.
That's what I'm saying. Good luck to them young boys.
This season, because you know the Premier League is a scary place.
I'm hoping. They seem like...
Is that a partnership? Saliba and...
I wouldn't mind.
He's going to have to be. He's going to have to be.
They might do David.
No, they're going to pay David. They're going to pay Luis and Mustafi. When Mustafi comes back, Holding's gone on loan. He's gone to Newcastle.
Is he gone?
Yeah,
they're going to try and get him out.
You get rid of Chambers as well.
Yeah. No, Chambers is a good defender. Chambers was actually our best centre back in Emery days. It was the best.
So wait, let's talk about Arsenal. I see Arsenal now. They're doing this sort of 3-4-3. Obviously, it's making them more sturdy, but ideally, this is not the way they want to play, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
it's just for now. It's just
I don't mind it against top teams. If you say that way, tactical innovation, which Arsenal lacked a lot. You know, you can make the difference in the end. So I don't mind if you do that.
It's only 3-4-3 when they're out. It's actually a back five when they're out position, but 4 when they have it, because Tini will go to left back and then he will do the overlapping runs from left back. It's a good technique, but you can't play that deep against big all season. It's not what Arteta wants to do.
It's a short-term fix, but it's bringing them cups, bringing them community shield.
It's still in the winning mentality. That's what
it's making Arsenal less embarrassing sort of thing. So I guess what he's trying to solidify first.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he balled out, got man the match.
And then they didn't sell him to Wolves, so
good. I rate that guy a lot. If he accepts his role as a fullback or wingback, and he seems to be doing that.
He's a better player than Wan-Bissaka ever thought about being. Can actually touch the ball.
Technically,
I'll take one.
Technically, he's so much better.
I'll take one B over.
And the issue that I have is that Nketiah and Willock, they shouldn't be seeing minutes for Arsenal, to be honest. They shouldn't.
Uber, ever since Arteta come, he's become clutch. That was my one gripe about Uber in big games. He wasn't clutch. I mean, he's one of the leading scorers for minutes per goal ratio in the Premier League history. I think it's like 5th behind
Gerrard, Aguero.
Behind Aguero, Henry.
What? Gerrard's not on the list.
Goals per minute.
Goals per minute, yeah.
Gerrard's picture that fake.
Chicharito's on that list.
No. Gabby is there. Kane.
I knew you wanted to. You get a stat because you can talk about
Gabby boy.
Get him out. Anyway, let's not talk about this though, bro. You said you wanted to talk about something.
Yes, my boy, Elliot the Killer Whale from Best very own. I used to play up front with him.
That's a good,
back in year 7.
Good nickname, you know, Killer Whale, you know.
Yeah, that's what you should go around with. You should run with that boy. What's it called? I used to play up front with him in year 7 back in school. Look where our careers have gone.
Look at
me. I'm just a talky dead. No, but he's fighting tomorrow. So obviously we're recording on Tuesday the 1st. You guys probably see this on Friday, but he's fighting tomorrow Wednesday the 2nd. So by the time you guys see it, he would have fought to be able to. I'll attach the link to the fight. All that sort of stuff.
Attach the link. So.
His boxing style: 6'1", reach 74. Fighting a guy 5'11", reach 71. If you watch his fights, huge amateur pedigree, 100+ fights. Used to be captain of Junior ABA's, won Junior ABA Championship. He got semi-finals last year. He got solid jab, stiff jab, straight combinations, very compact, very technically adept. Like, he really does do the business, But the only thing, you could ask a bit more, but he's still young, is, will knock up our butt.
It takes time to develop that.
You can develop but you can develop it, and sometimes some people go for a more methodical approach, which I'm very fine with. He's a southpaw as well, which always throws people off, because obviously most people are right-handed, so they're more orthodox. Yeah, I've used Boxer Nemesis, 100+ fights for that gym, so a lot of testament to his dedication, his loyalty, and he can really go places. He's fighting at welterweight right now, which is roughly like 62, 61, 64 kilos. But he says for championships he's gonna fight at lightweight, because his size. If he could manage to maintain that weight, go division below. Him at 6'1", he won't be seeing guys. He'll be lucky. They will be lucky to be 5'10" and see him. He'll be so much taller than everyone else. And he could get them on the end of the jab the whole night long. And with his boxing IQ and his ability, he can really do that and shut people out that way. And so,
what's you like to end the pod, like a quick expectation? What do you expect from him in like 5 years? Where do you see him?
5 years time, I expect him to have definitely fought for British and European titles. And 5 years time, he gets all fights. He should be in the 20s, at least have 20 career fights. I know he should be pushing, to have a world title shot in around that area, and probably lightweight, the welterweight division is a bit mental right now, but you can get there if you stick to it. I mean, it's all about execution, dedication to the sport, the will. Are you willing to go the extra mile? I believe he can. I hope he can. Because when he's fighting 4 titles in Vegas, I'll be there front row. To give you guys the footage live and direct.
And Leech.
Look at this Leech. Look at this groupie.
Groupie mate.
Hey, I'm a boxing fan. One of our local lads, Bexley. You know what I mean? Shout out Elliot, man. Really, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for listening to the 2-man game. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.